Jesus was not fasting for himself. He was fasting for his ministry. He was fasting not only for the Jews and Gentiles in ancient Palestine, but for the whole world. And if he had given in the slightest bit, his whole ministry would have been corrupted. If he had allowed Satan to allow him to create an idol of himself, to believe that his personality, his individual personality, took preeminence or superseded in importance the bodily mentality that Christ represents. His whole ministry would have collapsed. The second thing, the power of communion, reveals to us the problem with individual personality. Let's go to Scripture. Matthew 6. Starting at verse 25. You know, we latch on to different types of words and different concepts, never really understanding where they come from. I wonder how many of you recognize that the word personality comes from the Roman word, or the Latin, personae, which comes from the Greco or Greek concept that you will also, viewers, find in The Spirit of Hypocrisy, Hippocrates and all these other things. But basically it's founded in the concept of polis, that the individual lived for the benefit of the state. That an individual lived for the benefit of the state. You were only as good as what you did for the state. The Roman Empire borrowed this concept from the Greeks in the term personae. Personae references a face. You represented individually. That's why they always said, learn the sciences, learn mathematics, learn literature, learn the poetics, so that you could be skilled in government. Because you were only as good as you functioned in the government.
Okay.
From the lowest to the highest. You didn't always have to be a senator. But if you were going to be a craftsman, you did all things for the grandeur of Rome.
Right.
Every piece of pottery, every stone that was carved for the Colosseum, everything was done for the Roman personality.
Come on. Wow.
And you could judge how sincere, and I'll break that word down for you momentarily, a craftsman or a statesman was by the quality of his craftsmanship, his pottery, or the beauty of his oratory and his thought. Sincere means without fault. The craftsman would look at his craft and say, sincere. Cere meaning no fault. You understand that the pottery was most Roman if it was sincere. That the statesman was most Roman if he was sincere. All for the glory of Rome. I have no thought for myself, but the way that seemeth right to me, And we'll go to Proverbs after we finish here to show you the real problem, so you catch the force of the problem of personality, the problem with the political mentality, is that, and by God we have to catch it, is that it was all done for Rome, for the world, for what they could see. Because nowhere in Rome were there such beautiful roads, such beautiful buildings, such beautiful philosophy and poems, such beautiful clothing. Sincere. Matthew 6, verse 25. Comes against this notion of individual personality. Says flat out, don't focus on yourself. Don't be concerned with yourself. Matthew 26:25 says, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? Behold, the fowls of the air,